Yo, what's good, everybody? Welcome back to the Sports Scoop. Today, I'm going to be doing my Jalen Hurts analysis of his game against the Minnesota Vikings. So, I don't know how much I've talked about on the YouTube channel, but throughout the entire offseason, I was obviously a big Eagles fan, but I was also a huge Jalen Hurts fan. I felt like every year going into the season, he had really been a guy who had continuously stepped up and always improved. He was a real leader and really seemed to kind of just make himself better. And I think I felt like he could go into the season and really elevate the Philadelphia Eagles as a whole. And now going in, he had really, I wouldn't say we could be a breakout game. We have to see how he does in the future. But for me, I think it will be a breakout game. He looked very good in the Minnesota game. So let's get into the video. Starting off with this first play again, just so you know, before I obviously start like the highlights, this, as you can see, it's just the NFL YouTube video of the highlights. It's not actually going to be an in-depth film analysis. If I had access to the all 22, I would do that, but it's kind of going to be a bit brief here, but I'm going to kind of give you the best that I can here. So this play, at least, it looks not too hard to diagnose. Obviously, you can see they're in off coverage. It looks like it's zone. I would say either it's match or Tampa. That's what they're in. That's what their initial alignment obviously seems to be, a four-man rush. The Eagles, they are in empty right here. Five receivers. So let's see what Hurts does here. First play, good pocket presence. Now he rolls out. Great throw on the run to Dallas Goedert there. And again, it was just plays like this all game long. This again, it does. I would want to say it's match quarters because you don't see like the middle linebacker really rotate to kind of guard the seam. And Hurts really just, again, pressure on, perfect throw there. Dallas Goedert there. And that was really, again, the first play. He always had it going. Again, for third and 13 here, pretty big play. Again, they're aligned in the zone. This looks to be, again, another too high look. And again, a great throw to AJ Brown, who, again, what an addition he is to this Eagles team, really. AJ Brown kind of, he's going to be, I mean, the Eagles already, they didn't have necessarily a terrible receiving group. They still have Devontae Smith and Quez Watkins, who I think Devontae has wide receiver one potential, and he flashed in this game. And Quez Watkins is a great, I think he could be a solid wide receiver too, but as a wide receiver three, as a deep threat, he is a very good option. But to add AJ Brown, top 10 receiver, in my opinion, to that is just dangerous. And you can see in the first game against the Lions, he was huge. Here, didn't have as like insane of a game, but he still was very productive. And you could see how much they rely on him there. Here, Hurts is in the pistol. They're showing a four-man look again. Press on the top of the screen and off on the bottom. I would want to say this is kind of a split zone coverage. I can't, again, I'm really sorry. I can't really tell. But this is again play action. I look at it again. He's kind of reading it. I would say it's probably some kind of RPO. You can see the linemen are looking at it. He does a good job rolling out there, hitting his man, Zach Pascal. Again, it's crazy. He was like probably two or three on the Colts. He's probably wide receiver. I mean, with Rager getting traded, he's probably receiver four, but that's still, not only do they have a lot of weapons, the Eagles, but they also have a lot of depth there. Here, Hurts is in the gun. He's got two receivers to the top of the screen and one to the bottom, which is Devontae Smith. He is in the gun. Again, Eagles showing four. They didn't really bring pressure too much this game. There again, reading the coverage, looks like another RPO hits Dallas Goedert in the flat there. Another first down. He was very, again, maybe the RPOs contributed to it a bit, but he was just so decisive. And again, there, a good read there to Goedert. Here you have Hurts in the gun again at the the 3.5 yard line. Takes a snap there. Great move. I mean, that's just really what he brings to the table. He's the fact that he's already seemed to have improved as a passer so much is so dangerous, especially considering he can do things like that. He's probably, if like he flashes this passing talent all year long, and obviously knowing he can do this, he'll probably be in that. I think he could already be in, but he's probably in that Lamar and Josh Allen's here for best dual threat quarterbacks. He is so dangerous on the ground. And there you can see that there with the touchdown. Nice celebration too. And moving on to the next one. Sorry. Again, two receivers to his left, two receivers to his right. The Eagles again are in a very, this looks like quarters. And nope, it doesn't. They move it again. I can't see the safeties. I'm really sorry. But Hurts again rolling out. He did that quite a bit, and he hits his man Devontae Smith there. Again, Eagles ran a lot of zone, which makes sense when you're going against Devontae Smith, Dallas Goedert, AJ Brown, of course, who's the receiver one there, and even Quez Watkins to a certain extent there. So A good play there by Hurts rolling out again, hitting his man. He was so accurate on the run. Another really dangerous element there. Trips to his right here. Two receivers to his left in the empty. Vikings again dropping off on 3rd and 5. Hurts, good pocket presence, good throw to Devontae Smith. You can see really he's just so sure with his passes. His mechanics are really good. He he really knows what he's seeing. He really looks like he's the whole package so far this season. Here you got Hurts in the gun, play action. That's a great throw. It's a great throw. Again, AJ's kind of bit open there. And again, the whole game, the Eagles are just running a running zone, and Hurts was just he was picking it apart all game. And that is just scary because you can't run man against this Eagles team. That's a scary thing. Because really, when I came into this knowing like going into the offseason, we knew the Eagles had a top 5 offensive line, a much improved receiving core with AJ Brown, and a really good defense. So we knew the only issue was the quarterback. Well, not even the issue, but the only question mark was the quarterback. And I thought Jalen Hurts would break out, but obviously you never know. But if he's doing this, he's reading defenses at a really good level like this. And obviously you can't play man because, it's the Philadelphia Eagles. They've got too many weapons and an amazing offensive line. Man, good luck. This looks really scary so far. Here you got Hurts in the gun. Play action. I think this is the deep play. It is to Quez Watkins, and he just burns the safeties there. I think that is, man, he was him this game. He was absolutely him. I mean, again, zone coverage. Quez Watkins, he just flies by the secondary. And what a throw by Jalen Hurts, wide open. Again, what a performance from him here. And he really kicked it off early. Second half, he really didn't do much because he didn't have to. The defense was playing so well. And honestly, just keep it on the ground. Now you've got 3rd and 12 here. Another big play. Hurts in the gun, takes the snap, rolls out to his left this time, and runs. And, yeah, there was nothing really could do there. But that penalty was on defense. It was defensive holding, I believe, as well when I was watching. Hurts again. That's just good. I think it's good anticipation, good decision making there. He doesn't really try. I think what I'm seeing from Hurts is that he just isn't really frantic in the pocket either. I think he's been very composed. He doesn't always see whenever like he takes a few seconds. His instinct isn't like, maybe it's his instinct, but he doesn't always just like roll out of the pocket. Here you can see has time, waits for Devontae Smith to get open over the middle, and he does that. Devontae Smith's so slippery. I don't know how you can really cover him for more than 2 seconds there, and that is a good play there. Here you got Hurts in the empty again, trips to his left, 2 receivers to his right. Vikings finally really kind of showing pressure here. I don't know if they'll bring it. No, they bring 4. Again, just the same zone. It's kind of a bit of basic coverage here. And again, Hurts just torches it, hitting Devontae Smith over though he had a really good game again, like I said. And there you go. Eagles 62 rushing yards, 184 passing yards. I bet you obviously had all the passing yards. I bet you probably had around half of the rushing yards at least. Here you got Hurts in the pistol this time. Receivers to his left and his right. Hurts play action. And Harrison Smith, what can you do there when you have a quarterback like Jalen Hurts? Oh, and this was the one he scored. What am I saying? This was the one he scored. And it's just, again, what can you do if you're Harrison Smith? Because you got either you leave Dallas Goedert open for the wide open touchdown. I don't know who is supposed to be. Is there a contain here? It looks like Harrison Smith is the contain. Well, then who is guarding God? I don't know how you don't put a contain on Jalen Hurts on a 3rd and 2. That's like so dangerous. Hurts obviously played amazing, and I think that was my main takeaway. But I think also kind of the game planning for Minnesota seemed to be a bit lackluster, and it really didn't phase Hurts at all. It was pretty simple, and I think even from watching the game, you could kind of tell that. But even more by kind of going a bit more in depth, watching the highlights, it kind of really seems like that. And Harrison Smith, he's got no chance here. Jalen Hurts makes his move. Good blocking by Goddard downfield. Poor tackling, but again, Jalen Hurts, he's just so strong again. How much does he squat? It's like around I don't remember the number. It was like 500 or 600 or something like that. Something crazy, especially for a quarterback. And there he shows the strength getting into the end zone again. He had 3 total touchdowns, 2 on the ground, 1 in the air in the game, and all were in the first half. Hurts again operating from empty, trips to his left, 2 receivers to his right. This one, QB draw, runs up the middle again, just so dangerous. oftentimes you have dual threat quarterbacks who just aren't it. They're not polished, or at least it takes time. Or sometimes people take risks. Teams take risks on dual threat quarterbacks. They just don't work out. But when they do work out, like you saw with Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson, it's almost impossible to stop them. And I think if Jalen Hurts can get to that level like he got to today consistently, that is probably he could probably get in that tier. That is how high I am on Jalen Hurts right now. And here again, Vikings showing too high, and they rotate into, based on what I'm seeing from safety, probably into a cover three. Hurts takes his time, floats it over the middle. Devontae Smith, he keeps on getting open. Very smart as well, Devontae Smith, because he keeps on finding the holes in the zone. And Hurts they seem to have already really good chemistry. Um, Again, it makes sense here. They're obviously playing prevent, kind of not trying to let them get into field goal range. Again, Hurts does a good job just hitting his outlet. Goddard. I think he also knows. I mean, obviously Hurts played well, but again, if he just gets it, he's not phased by checking the ball down because he knows that he's got a bunch of absolute ballers in the receiving core, and whoever he gets it to, they can make a play with it. So he's very good at kind of knowing when to kind of dissect the defense, but also when to just check it down. He's been also just so smart, so talented, great arm. He's been really accurate. Really, he was the whole package today. I don't think, besides the interception, which really wasn't his fault, he was perfect. He got Hurts in the gun, takes the snap, steps up, throws it again. Man, great throw over the middle to Dallas Goedert to get them into field goal range, which made it 24-7 at the half. In the second half, there was no scoring, I think. I think the Vikings might have kicked a field goal, but overall, it was a dominant performance from the Eagles. Here you got Hurts hitting AJ Brown over the middle, and just AJ Brown. Obviously, you've got Jalen Hurts, but that guy, man, he just makes this team so scary. Like, this is why I think this was kind of my hot take. I always thought the Eagles were a top 2, 3 team in the NFC, but looking at them more, they could honestly be the best. I think so far they have been the most impressive NFC team. I would say out of every single team. I would say Green Bay, let's look at their competitors. Dallas, they lost their quarterback and they didn't look impressive week one. Green Bay didn't look impressive week one. They looked good against Chicago, but they're not a great team. Minnesota, obviously they beat Minnesota. The Bucks, defense looks really good. Offense looks out of sync. I guess the Eagles didn't have a good defensive week one against the Lions. I think the Lions are kind of a sleeper team there, but their defense looks so good week two, especially their corners against guys like Justin Jefferson, Adam Thielen. Here you got Hurts stepping up again, perfect pass into AJ Brown, just in between the zones. They were just the Eagles offense firing on all cylinders there. 2nd and 8, Hurts steps up. That is an absolute laser. And I love, this is another thing I love. I mean, I don't know how much we saw it from him today, but really how fast he got the ball out there. He's just like, he has so many more dimensions to his game now than he did last year. And I think you could really see, a lot of people did say, I think we could break out, but this is literally, oftentimes it doesn't go exactly to plan every a quarterback's like breakout season, but Jalen Hurts, it looks like that right now. And now this is probably his last highlight or second to last, stepping up, just checks it down, nothing there downfield. These are all like past the first down marker, and he just hits Kenneth Gainwell in the backfield there. And yeah, that is the highlight. So kind of recapping it, I mean, it kind of just talks about the whole thing. I think he was just so impressive in all facets. Obviously, the deep ball, he was great. Intermediate, he was great. Short passing, he was great. Running the ball, he was great. Reading, he didn't really have to face much man. But to be honest, based on how the Eagles are built, I don't think they'll be facing much man really all season. Because honestly, how do you play man against the Eagles? So not only do they have all those weapons that I've been talking about, but they have an offensive line that is just going to give Hurts like probably 2.5 to 3 seconds to throw every play, which is like ages in the NFL. So that is just, it's because you can't really hold Devontae Smith and AJ Brown to or cover them for 3 seconds. That's just asking too much out of any defensive backs in the NFL. So the fact that Hurts is probably going to mostly see zone all season, he was so good today. Obviously, I think the Vikings could have been a bit more inventive with their defensive play calling, but Hurts he looked at it. He really read the defense as well. He was so accurate. He was obviously great throwing the ball deep, and he was just so elusive and just so hard to contain. So I think he really looked like he looked like a top 5 quarterback in that game. He's not a top 5 quarterback right now, but that is his ceiling. I think that is absolutely his ceiling, and I think at the end of the year, at least he will be a top 10 quarterback. And a top 10 quarterback with Philadelphia's team can go to the Super Bowl. And I think that this game is really kind of, it could be really a statement for Philadelphia that I mean, I think they're up there. I think a lot of people didn't think so, but I think now you've got to acknowledge Philadelphia is one of the top dogs of the NFC, and that goes down to Jalen Hurts. But that is it for the video. If you enjoyed, make sure to like and subscribe. Again, sorry, it wasn't really a film analysis, but again, don't have access to the all 22. So I kind of just gave my thoughts on Jalen Hurts performances with the highlights kind of showing. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. Again, make sure also to watch. We have 3 other hosts, Key and Charlie and Dylan. They make great videos, so make sure to check them out as well. And yeah, that's it for the video. Thank you for watching.